welcome back to the channel, folks. Apologies, it's been a few weeks since I posted a video, probably a month or so. Today I've got an Atari video computer system, or an Atari 2600, which was affectionately known at the time as a Woody. This one is a Light 6. As you can see, you've got the 6 buttons on the front. Originally from the late 70s, I think 78, 79, these consoles were made. This one was sold as untested and not working. I have plugged it in and there is some life in it, but what I'm going to do today is I'm going to get it stripped down and I'm going to refresh the capacitors. I've got a kit here that I purchased online. I'm also going to replace the DC converter, the voltage regulator. On these old consoles, these were 7805 regulators. I'm going to get rid of that and I'm going to put in a 5V buck converter instead. It's just a modern equivalent. It does exactly the same as this one does, but it's more efficient and it doesn't generate any heat. I'll just quickly grab one from the box. And I'll just cut this. So this is what we're going to replace it with, is a 5V buck converter. Like I said, it does exactly the same job. The only difference is you've not got the same heat generated, and it's a lot more efficient and stable. So without further ado, I'll get the lid off this. We'll have a look at the guts inside. I'll get the board out of it. I won't show you me taking the screws out. I think you've all seen that before. There's a ton of these videos on the internet already on YouTube, so I'll spare you the details of taking screws out. But when I come back, I'll have the board removed, or the two boards removed. You've got a board at the top here and you've got a board in the middle, and we'll get to work at that point, so bear with me. So we're back again. As you can see, we've got a large electrolytic capacitor at the top here. We've also got the 5V DC regulator here. We've got a capacitor here, electrolytic, another electrolytic capacitor here. These two capacitors here, I'm not going to replace these. Usually if these go, you're left with no audio, but there is audio from the output of the console, so I'll leave them as is. And what I'll do is I'll just generally give it a bit of a clean up. There's a bit of, I don't know, kind of as if something's possibly been spilled on it. It's the usual, these things over the years. It looks like cola or something has been spilt on it. So what I'll do is I'll get these two boards separated and I'll start giving them a clean up and I'll come back to you. Right, so I've managed to get this capacitor in. It's really tight. There's not much space in those legs at all. I've literally just managed to get them through the through hole on the board, but it's enough. They're on, they're secure. and they should be fine. So just to recap folks, all the capacitors have been replaced. I've given the switches a bit of a clean up and used some contact cleaner inside. I've also removed the 7805, it's a 5 volt converter, and I put in a buck converter here. This is a modern equivalent. It's far more efficient and there'll be no excess heat generated by it, so the power should be a lot more stable. The other thing that I found obviously was the two wires, these two wires here, which I'll then resolder back on. I'll just have a quick check of the rest of them and just reflow them, and then we'll give it a test. So I'll do that and I'll come back to you. Okay, so that's both of those wires reflowed now. So what we'll do is I'll quickly stick it back together and we'll have a go at testing it and see how that goes. So bear with me. Okay folks, I've just hit a bit of a snag. Can't get the case on because of this capacitor. It's sitting too high. So when you put the case down on top of it, it's just rocking side to side. It's pivoting on this capacitor. So what I'll need to do is I'll need to rethink how I put this in. So I might have to get another capacitor, snip the leg off it, extend these, and then try and fold it around so that it kind of fits in like a radial capacitor. But I'll need to put some Captain tape or something round it just to make sure the legs don't short or anything. So bear with me folks, I'll get onto that and then I'll come back to you once it's done. So basically folks, this is the fix I've come up with. I've laid the cap on its side. I've extended the negative leg on the capacitor, don't know if you can see that there, and I've put some heat shrink round about the capacitor itself. I know these are coated and they shouldn't conduct, but better safe than sorry. So I've got the negative leg extended going through here and the positive leg going through here, and they're nowhere near each other there, so they're not touching. There's no chance of them shorting. So hopefully now that case should go together. So I'll give that a go and I'll come back to you. Okay, so moment of truth. I've got this Solaris cartridge here. The case is solid now, that's done the trick. Just changing the orientation of that capacitor. So it's now sitting like a radial rather than an axial capacitor. So it fits better. So what I'll do is I'll pop the cartridge in and I shall switch on the console and hopefully we'll see a game. Yes! Brilliant, that works. Right, so I'll just do game reset. Years. Don't even know what yeah, I think we can safely say that works. Excellent. Right, so the final touches will be, I've got an orange pen and I'm going to redo round about here. I've given the case a quick clean. I've done that off camera. There's no point in, there's a million videos people showing you how to clean a case. But what I will do is I've got this here, this deco colour pen, so I'll give this a shake up and we'll see how it looks. There's a few marks on it there with the orange inks coming off of it. So, and what I'll also do is I'll do the controller as well, because it's all faded as well. So what I will do for that is I'll put on a pair of gloves, because I don't want to be getting orange ink all over my hands. Let's have a look and see. Oh yes. Brilliant. Brilliant. Ah, it looks a million times better. Wow, what a difference. It doesn't come across, I don't think, well on the camera, but that is so much better. Wow. That is insane. Fantastic. Right, what I'll do is I'll put this to the side and let that dry off. And I'll just let you, we'll just do a kind of before and after with the controller. So all around this bezel here was all orange, and as you can see over the years it's all faded and came away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear this down, this controller. I'm going to give it a clean up as well, but in the meantime I can't help myself, I'm just going to have to start painting this because it looks awesome. Oh man, look at that. What a difference. Now, the lettering's going to be a different case altogether. That's going to be a challenge. I'll skip by. We've got letters. Just quickly let you see here. We've got letters, as you can see the ink's completely filled that in. But I'll just skip past that for now. What I think I'll try with the lettering is I'll use the end of an old capacitor. I'll just dab some ink. This could potentially be quite painful. What I could do is I could try just dabbing some. Like that. What I've done in the background here is I've made myself a wee pool of ink. Which I'll try and use. Yeah, I'll take that all day long. That's good enough. Fantastic. There we go. Much better. Almost factory. Excellent. Right. That's that done then. Tested, working. All I need to do now is just put these to the side and leave them to dry off. And that's us. We're hot to trot. So, there we go. One Atari 2600. I think you'll agree that looks much better. Done and dusted. So, a teaser for the next one. We have coming up soon. We have the Super Nintendo. This one's going to need retro brighting. Apparently it powers on, but there's no output from it. So this one will be the next video. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.